All right, it's done. Foster Moreau is headed home to New Orleans. There's only one thing we can do. Let me get 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! All right, so in some breaking news, the Saints and Foster Moreau have agreed to a 3-year and $12 million deal. Jeremy Fowler was the one to break the news, and here's what he had to say. Quite the comeback in the works. Tight end Foster Moreau and the Saints have agreed to terms on a 3-year, $12 million contract with a deal including $8 million guaranteed, $3 million in incentives, and his agent tells ESPN. Foster Moreau has a positive diagnosis and on his Hodgkin's lymphoma recovery and plans to play in 2023. And that's exactly what we've been reporting, what we've been talking about, especially in yesterday's video when we mentioned the fact that the Saints had an offer on the table. So it's homecoming season, baby. It's closer to prom, but it's homecoming season for Foster Moreau. $8 million and fully guaranteed, additional $3 million in incentives, just to kind of reiterate the contract details there. This does fill a huge need for New Orleans. You obviously traded away Adam Trautman during the NFL draft to move up and go and get A.T. Perry in the 6th round. He's over in Denver, but guess what? You replace him with the homegrown boy in Foster Moreau. And at this point, this has been consistent with everything we've heard. It's not a matter of when Foster Moreau play. It's a matter of, or not a matter of if he will play. It's a matter of when he will play in 2023. And I'm just so damn excited. I'm so pumped to have Foster Moreau in New Orleans because not only do you get a tight end that's a quality player, but you also get that continuity and the familiarity with Derek Carr. And I'm going to get into that here in just a second. But guys, turn on your notifications and also let's go. One-word reaction to the signing. I need you to let me know and share your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to give you mine here in just a second. You'll probably get hit with the YouTube ad breaks right here, so take advantage of it. Let me know. Share your thoughts. Show some love to Foster Moreau in the comment section, and take advantage. I can't wait to see what you have to say. My one word, finally. Finally. It felt like it was just a matter of time when Foster Moreau was going to sign with New Orleans. That being said, obviously we know the Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis popped up on a visit with New Orleans. He's back at the facility. He's finishing his physical and everything. But it was just a matter of time as once it was like confirmed he plans to return back to the NFL, I was like, it just feels like he's a Saint. Like there's no way he's not. It just makes too much sense, you know, especially considering the Saints didn't go and draft a tight end in this year's draft when there was a ton of quality players left at each of those picks. Nick Underhill, he's a great Saints insider. If you don't follow him, if you're unfamiliar with him, I highly suggest you give him a follow. Check him out and see what he does. Foster Moreau received a very positive diagnosis for a source. He's still getting treatment, but it won't impact his participation. The Saints will bring him along slowly, but he is not expected to have any limitations. And I was talking about this whole thing with my guy Ross Jackson over at Locked On Saints, and we were both just so pumped. And what I'm hearing from some of our chat sports sources and some of the inside stuff is at this point, it was just like Foster Moreau wanted to come to the Saints even more once that Hodgkin's lymphoma diagnosis was revealed. And it just made sense for him to come here. He wanted to be close to family. He wanted to be back home. He wanted to be somewhere where he felt secure. And what better place than come back? Not only where your family is, but where your former quarterback is. And guys, I mean, the connection between these two, it's legit. I mean, 12 touchdowns, and like 132 total targets is a great ratio. He loves him in the red zone. He loves hitting him in the end zone. And I'm not going to lie, him and Juwan Johnson, 2 tight end packages looks amazing. It's going to be so fun. I ain't kidding you. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. And also, like, it opens up, like, the seams. It opens up. I have so many thoughts. We're going to get to it here in just a second. But this is why you subscribe. Because we provide breaking news and updates on your New Orleans Saints as soon as they come in. We were literally in a team meeting once this news break, and I said, hey, boss man, I got to go. This is big news for my Saints and for my black and gold. I don't know if you can tell, by the way, I'm wearing a New Orleans shirt. I just felt like that we were getting good news today. So subscribe, turn on your notifications, lock us in. That way you never miss an update around your New Orleans Saints. So let's take a look at Foster Moreau's career stats. So the breakdown per year. Obviously, in 2020, 2019, he was still young. He was still finding his groove and figuring out where he was going to fit in the NFL and on a roster. But in 2020, that 20 yards per catch average, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And it's a great number to have there. And also, on top of that, in 2021, 30 receptions, 373 yards, 12.4 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns. And then in 2022, his numbers last season in just 15 games played, 33 receptions, 420 yards. Very nice. 12.7 yards per catch, and he had 2 touchdowns. And that's also, let's not forget the fact that he was splitting, touches and splitting targets with Darren Waller, who was the Raiders' tight end 1. Obviously, he was hurt. He missed some time, blah, 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 whatever, and that. But Foster Moreau still was a very key part of the Raiders' offense, despite having Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, and he still found his spot. And in terms of the depth chart, how it looks now. So you got Juwan Johnson as TE1. JJ, Mr. Reliable, he's going to be holding it down for you. Foster Moreau, unbelievable. I'm so happy. I'm so damn excited. Taysom Hill. I mean, look at this top 3 right here. Juwan Johnson, Foster Moreau, Taysom Hill. That is so much fun. That is such an elite group and such an elite pairing right here because they are going to be quality playmakers that can affect the game in all sorts of different ways. Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson, I think, is going to be an elite tight end duo. And I personally am so pumped to see, A, some of the pressure of Juwan Johnson get taken off of his shoulders, and B, you get a quality guy, not just somebody who can pass catch, not just somebody who's a really good run blocker, not just somebody who can do a little bit of both kind of well. You get somebody who's a quality player who knows how to play the game of football at the NFL level. And on top of that, we might finally get to see some 4 verts, get the seams going again, hit one of these tight ends on a open seam down the middle. I mean, come on now. It's so much fun. It's going to be so elite, and I cannot wait to see him line up with Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Brian Edwards, maybe Traquan Smith. I mean, it's just going to be awesome. And if you guys want to interact with me, if you want to catch up or get any more of my thoughts, even if you just want to DM me, talk about football, talk shop, and, just share your thoughts with me even on a more personal level. Hit me up on all 3 social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I made my handles the same for all 3 of them to make it easy for you. So feel free to hit me up. I have the links to those profiles in the comment section and description of this video. So feel free to hit me up and give me a follow. All right, just to kind of round things out. Foster Moreau, the former Jesuit standout, the former LSU Tiger, he is back in Louisiana. And it is going to be such an awesome time to have him here. And my favorite part about this, it's not a 1-year deal. It's not a 2. It's a 3-year deal. You're keeping him around. Like, you're investing in the tight end position. And I am very happy with the fact that you got Foster Moreau over drafting a tight end. And I'll tell you why. Because I think that getting a quality young tight end in Foster Moreau, he's only played 4 seasons. He can still play for quite some time. And he can still be a big-time contributor, like starting now. And at this point, he may not miss any off-season activities. Like, we're getting some reports. We're saying he might have been already medically cleared. He's, not going to have a ton of issues in terms of getting back on the field. And as Nick Underhill said earlier, he's getting positive news. So at the end of the day, I'm really, really pumped about this. I think this is going to be such a fun thing. And I just got to say, it's a blessing. It's a wild blessing. It's an incredible thing to see happen. You get hot, you get diagnosed with cancer, and less than 2 months later, you're already ready to go for football. I mean, come on. This guy's built different. So help me welcome Foster Moreau back to New Orleans. Help me welcome him home, and type FM in the comment section. And before we head on out of here, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. And I hope that you guys are living your life golden just like I am. So without further ado, Foster Moreau, you are a New Orleans Saint. Welcome home, my man. It's so glad to have you here. For the rest of the Who Dat Nation, for my guy, producer Coop, y'all stay golden. We'll catch you next time. See you tomorrow.